All right, so in this video, I'm gonna be showing you how to do steak, veggies, and fruit. So I love this mix. I always do this on a regular basis for my lunch. So this is what I like to do, is I like to get a grass-fed, grass-finished steak. I get mine from JW Foods. Great steaks. If you're in Ontario, they'll pretty much ship and deliver it to you anywhere. It's called JW Foods. Really good steak, love them, go there all the time. A lot of my clients go there. They have the best quality steaks. You can get steaks from any real grocery store, but they're not gonna taste as good, they're not gonna be as good quality. And what the food that your food eats matters. So if it's raised on grains and stuff like that, it's not gonna be as good quality, you're not gonna get as much nutrients. So you want grass-fed, grass-finished steaks. This will give you that, right? So these are really delicious. I've got these pans going here. So we're gonna be using green beans today. You can really use any vegetable of your choice, but I'm a big fan of green beans. And for my fruit, I've got red apple. So I've already taken that apple, sliced it up, put it into little cuts here, and that's ready to go, okay? So for the green beans, we're going to steam them in the pan. You could also use a steamer if you have one, but we're gonna steam them in the pan in a little bit of coconut oil. And then we're gonna cook the steak in a little bit of butter, okay? I always cook my steak in grass-fed butter. Really, really good, okay? We got this. All right, that is good to go. Okay, I like to use a cast iron pan with steak. This is on high as well. So you're gonna have both these on like a medium heat. Okay, so you're gonna put this on a medium heat. Green beans, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use about 150 grams of this, so I will get a separate container, weigh this out, and then I add it into here. Okay. And this steak is a 10-ounce steak raw, which will probably go down to maybe 8.5, 9 when it's cooked. Okay. So if you're entering that into MyFitnessPal and you want to weigh it before, just enter it in as raw. If you're weighing it cooked, you'll have to weigh it again, okay? So I have this set to grams, fish this out. We go, that's 100, 135, 149, 150. All right, toss that in. Okay, and the way that we're gonna steam it is we're gonna add a little bit of water and then we're gonna cover it. Okay, if you have a steamer, that's even better. I don't have one at this current place, so we just do this. Okay, so we add a bit of water, and then we cover, okay? Every now and again, you're gonna take the lid off, shake it around, stir it, just so the green beans don't burn, okay? As you're going, you should be kind of cleaning this stuff up throughout, okay? Then from here, we're gonna cook this steak. Okay, so you open this up. You can salt it. I usually salt it while it's in the pan. You can use like a good sea salt or pink Himalayan salt. We have both. This is what a pink Himalayan salt looks like. It's a little bit more fine. The sea salt's a little bit thicker. You can pick whichever one you like. It doesn't really matter too much, okay? So with this steak, you're gonna try to cook it until it begins to brown on one side. It sears a little bit. Okay, that might be I usually do the first side 2, 3, maybe even 4 minutes, and then I flip the other side and I do that for another 2 minutes. That way you're gonna get a nice medium rare. So I don't like to go too much by cook it for this many minutes at this temperature. A lot of cooking, I feel like you have to look at it. You have to spend time with the meat. You wanna spend time with the food that you're cooking, as you'll get a better idea of how much it is, and the more experience you have, you'll be able to tell when something's done. Like I said, stir this every now and again. These green beans are pretty much almost done. Being that they're frozen, they're really easy and they cook super fast. And then I'll just reduce this to a low heat while this is cooking. Okay? While that's going, you might want to get your plate out, get everything ready. Clean as you go. That's a big thing. A lot of people take forever to do meal preps because they cook everything, they let everything pile up, and then they feel like they have to clean a huge amount of time at the end. Whereas if you're just steadily cleaning up as you go, clean as you go, you're gonna save so much more time and you're gonna be so much more efficient. So I put the salt away, I put my scissors away, I put my green beans away. So basically all I have to do is clean the pans and then I'm done. Do things in an efficient way. While I was getting this ready, I cut up my apple. Do things in an order that actually makes sense. And again, this just comes with experience. The more meal preps you do and the more often you cook, you're gonna get better and better and better at cooking. You're gonna become more efficient. You're gonna realize the best way to do things. Okay, I've got my steak knife out. Got the fork. And I'll check this, see where we're at. All right, perfect. Nice. And again, I cook this on a medium heat. If you cook it on too high, it's gonna burn. If you cook it on too low, it's gonna take forever. It just doesn't taste as nice. You wanna have like a nice sear, like not quite burnt, but like almost crispy on the outsides, and then soft in the middle. I go for a medium rare steak. You can cook it however you like. You just have to find what works best for you. But in our house, as Hank Hill says, you know, if somebody asks for anything other than medium rare, you ask them politely but firmly to leave, okay? But your rules, your house. Your house, your rules, all right? Stir this around. Once these are almost done, the green beans are almost done, because you've added water to it, I'll take the lid off, because then the water will evaporate out and you don't have wet green beans, they've just been steamed. And now it's just a waiting game. You just sit here, you wait, and then you plate. I flipped it over. I might add a little bit more salt. Salt is really good from getting in your electrolytes. That will help you so you don't cramp up in your workouts. Electrolytes also help so you're not so thirsty. If you're somebody who was like, I always wake up in the middle of the night and I have to pee, you probably need more electrolytes in your diet, because that will help you hold on to the water that you have. It also just make you feel like more energy. So many reasons. People really demonize salt. Salt is not the bad food. Salt is absolutely necessary to proper health. Got your plate, got your water, got your steak knife. So now I'm ready to go. Pretty much everything else is all clean. Just once this is done, I'll have to clean that up. But that way you can be efficient and you're not spending hours cooking or cleaning after you're done cooking. Still kind of just getting there. That's good. Big thing when you're cooking, especially steak, don't leave it. If you walk away to go do something, you could easily ruin your steak. That's a decently expensive piece of meat. That steak cost me like 15 bucks. So you don't want to be walking away ruining your steak and then you have a leather boot that you have to eat. But this steak is really good. It's going to have about probably 45, 50 grams of protein for a 10-ounce steak. You could also, if you're looking to have higher carbs, you could add potato to this meal. You could add rice to this meal. You could do carrots. Carrots are a little bit higher calorie. But for this, we're keeping it lean today. We're gonna have just the fats from the meat, a little bit of carbs from the apple, and a little bit of carbs from the green beans, but overall, it's gonna be very good. Okay, I'm gonna turn this on because I'm getting smoked out here. All right, my green beans are done. That gets plated. Again, I'm not shy with the salt when it comes to the green beans either. I think this is getting to be almost done here. Wait a little bit longer. Not quite yet, not quite yet. I'll let that go for maybe another minute, 30 seconds, and then we're done. This is a good lunch meal. The reason I like this for lunch, it's not super high carb. I like to work out later in the evening, so I'll have my more carb heavy meals closer to the time that I work out and then post-workout. But for this, the only carbs are coming from the apple and the green beans, and it's not gonna be a lot, and then I'm getting a ton of protein and a ton of good healthy fats in here, and that'll keep me full all day. I'm somebody who likes to work from home. I don't wanna be interrupted, 5 times a day to go have to eat. I like to just have my meals, eat them as I need them. There, that's done, that's perfect. Okay, the fork's slid in there, nice. Okay, check this out, see how you guys like it. That's perfect right there, boy. That is a beautiful steak. Get your steaks at JW Foods. Cannot beat it. That is how we do steak, green beans, and apple. Again, you can switch the apple to berries if you want to. You can add potato, you can add rice if you want to get your calories and your carbs up. Try it out, you'll really enjoy this one. Bye-bye.